Hello everyone, welcome to our Epatya Lectures YouTube channel. So in this session, we'll be continuing our discussion on percentages. So in the part 1, we have learned the basics of percentage. In this session, we'll be solving bit difficult problems. If the length of a rectangle is increased by 30% and the width is decreased by 20%, then the area of a rectangle is increased by how much percent? So this is our question. We have one rectangle. So the length of the rectangle is increased by 30% and the width of the rectangle is decreased by 20%. So now we have to find the area of a rectangle in percentage. So in this type of questions, remember whatever the format may be and whatever the chapter may be, if 2% are given to find out the net change, then you can solve it with a simple formula or with a simple tip called plus or minus x plus or minus y plus or minus xy divided by 100. So with this tip, with this concept, you can solve this problem. So let's take x as 30% and y as 20%. So when you have to take plus and when you have to take minus. So if in the question it is given increased by 30%, then consider plus 30%. If it is given decreased by 20%, then take minus 20%. So this is how we should solve this kind of problems. So plus 30 minus 20 plus 30 minus 20 divided by 100. So two zeros gets cancelled here itself. So 30 minus 20 is nothing but 10. 3 twos are 6. That is minus 6. 3 into minus 2. So 10 minus 6 is equals to 4%. So we got only 4%, which means plus 4%. That is, there is a 4% increase in the area of a rectangular. Suppose if we had got minus 4%, then there is a decrease in the size of a rectangle. So this sign plus or minus, it indicates whether the area of any rectangle or square, it has increased or decreased. So the salary of a worker is first increased by 10% and thereafter it was reduced by 10%. Now find out the net change in his salary. So I have already said you that in this type of question, whatever the format may be and whatever the chapter you may be dealing with, if 2 percentages were given, that is here it is given as 10% and other 10%. If 2 percentages are given, to find the net change, then we have to use the formula called plus or minus x plus or minus y plus or minus xy divided by 100. So here x represents 10% and y also represents 10%. Here the only difference is at first the salary of a worker is increased by 10%. So x is equals to plus 10% and then it was reduced to 10% and y is equals to minus 10%. So plus 10 minus 10 plus 10 into minus 10 divided by 100. So both the zeros get cancelled. Plus 10 and minus 10 is nothing but 0. 1 into minus 1 is nothing but minus 1. So which means minus 1%. So the net change in a salary is minus 1%. That is, there is a decrease in his salary. So minus 1% is a decrease in his salary. In an examination, 49% students failed in English and 36% students they failed in Hindi, and while 15% students they failed in both the subjects. So if the total number of passed students is 450, then how many students appeared for exam? So it is given that 49% students failed in English, 36% failed in Hindi, and 15% failed in both. So this type of problems it can be done through Venn diagram method also. So I'll just draw a Venn diagram. So these are the students who failed in English, and these are the students who failed in Hindi, and in between these students they failed in both the subjects. 49% failed in English and 36% failed in Hindi and 15% failed in both. But we don't consider this 15%. Why? Because already this 15% is included in the failed students of English and Hindi. So we are just gonna subtract that 15%. 49 plus 36 minus 50 is equals to 70% failed students. So the remaining students are the past candidates are only 30% here. So the 30% students are 450 members, and we have to find how many students appeared for the examination. So 30. So we have to find for 100%. So just cross multiply this. 30 into x is equals to 450 into 100, which is nothing but x is equals to 450 into 100 divided by 30. Zeros get cancelled. 3 ones are 3 ones are 3, 3 fives are 15 and 0. So x is equals to 1500. So 1500 students totally attempted the examination. In a library, 20% of the books are in Hindi and 50% of the remaining are in English and 30% of the remaining are in French. The remaining 6300 books are in regional languages. What is the total number of books in the library? For this types of sum also, you have to remember one small tip. Here's a note for you. If x% of a quantity is taken by the first and y% of the remaining is taken by the second and z% of the remaining is taken by the third, and if a is left behind, so at final we have only a, then we have to find the total number of quantity. So to find this total number of quantity, we should use a simple formula called the left out quantity a into 100 plus or minus x, and for this percent 100 on the numerator and multiply by 100 plus or minus y and 100 plus or minus z. Here are three quantities, so 3 times 100 in the numerator. So this is how you should solve this. Using this trick, solve this problem now. So here also the same condition is going on. In a library, 20% of the books are in Hindi, 50% are in English and 30% are in French, and remaining there are 6300 in regional languages. The remaining books is called as A here. So 6300 and 20% books are in Hindi. So this 20% is X, 50% is Y, and 30% is Z. 100 plus or minus 20 is nothing but 80, and 100 plus or minus 50 is 50, and 100 plus or minus 30 is 70. And for all these three quantities, 3 times hundreds on the top. So if we substitute this, all the zeros get cancelled initially. All the zeros get cancelled. 2 zeros, 2 zeros, 1 0, 1 0. 7 ones are 7 nines are 63. 5 ones are 5. 5 20s are 100. 4 twos are 8. 4 5s are 20. And 2 ones are 2 50s are 100. So if we multiply 9 into 5 into 50 into 10, we get 22,500. So 22,500 books are in this library. Two numbers are 20% and 50% more than the third number. Then find the percentage of first of the second. So it is clear that we have three numbers: first, second, and third. The two numbers are 20% and 50% more than the third number. So let's consider third number as 100 and the first number is 20% more than third number, that is it is 120, and second number is more by 50%, so it is 150. So we have to find out the percentage of first of the second. First is 120 of the second, so second is 150. So 120 by 150 into 100. Here zeros get cancelled. 5 2s are 10 and 5 3s are 15. 3 1s are 3. 3 4s are 12 and 1 0. 40 into 2 is equals to 80%. So similar question but with a small change. Two numbers are 20% and 25% of the third number. Then find the percentage of the first of the second. So remember, if more or less is not mentioned in the question, then take those numbers directly. First number, second number, and third number. So we consider third number as 100. So if it is given more or less, then we can add or subtract first or second number with the third number. So it is not given more or less. So we should directly take those numbers as it is mentioned in the question itself. So first number is 20 and second number is 25. So now we have to find the percentage of first of the second into 100. 25 ones are 25 fours are 100. So 24s are 80% is the answer. A number is divided by 5 instead of being multiplied by 5. What is the percent result of the required correct value? So here a number is there. So instead of being multiplied by 5, it is being divided by 5. So we have to calculate what is the percentage of the result of the required correct value. So let's take the number as 1. So the correct value is the number, it should be multiplied by 5, and the incorrect value is it is being divided by 5. So we have to find the percentage for the required correct value. So use a simple formula: incorrect divided by correct into 100. which is nothing but incorrect is 1 by 5 and correct value is 5 into 100, which is equals to 4%. So if we calculate this, 5 into 5, 1 by 25 into 100. 25 ones are 25 fours are. So 4% is the required correct value. Next problem. A positive number is by mistake multiplied by 5 instead of being divided by 5. So by what percent more or less than the correct answer is the result obtained? So let's take that positive number as 1. So the incorrect value is nothing but by mistake it is multiplied by 5. So 1 into 5 is the incorrect value and the correct value is it should be divided by 5. So you can observe some change in the question from the previous question. So here it is asked as more or less than the correct answer. More or less means we have it is an error. So instead of dividing incorrect by correct, here we should subtract incorrect minus correct to obtain this more or less value. So 5 minus 1 by 5, which is nothing but 24 by 5. So now use the formula incorrect by correct into 100, which is nothing but this is an incorrect value 24 by 5 divided by 1 by 5 into 100. So after substitution, the total value will be 2400%. So 2400% is more or less the correct value obtained. So this is all about percentages. I hope you all are clear with this topic. So in the next session, let's discuss some other interesting topic in aptitude and reasoning. Thank you.